All right, good Wednesday evening, everybody. It's going to be a pretty quiet week ahead, just sunny and hot and dry. I know that's probably not what you want to hear. We're kind of over summer. We got that little taste of fall. I know a lot of folks were probably hoping that would continue. We would just continue to cool down, but it's not going to happen. Summer is seeing a little bit of a resurgence, and it will for the next week or two. I think we're going to be in this for at least a couple of weeks. We've got high pressure at the surface and also in the upper levels. We have that combination. You're not going to see very much in the way of cloud cover or, of course, rain showers, and we don't have anything right out there right now. Of course, with clear skies tonight, no action on Live IMAX 12. At best, in the heating of the day, we might get a stray shower, but 99% of us won't see anything over the next several days. It's just going to be a temperature forecast. Those numbers already nice this evening. That's the good thing about relatively dry air, is that at night we see clear skies, we cool down, but then we're going to heat up immediately once the sun comes up. Dry air is more efficient at cooling down at night and warming up in the afternoon. So mornings, that's going to be your best time of the day. If you need to get outside and do some things, maybe clean up the yard, walk the dogs, take a morning walk or jog, right after the sun comes up, that's going to be your best opportunity, because not too long after sunrise, we're going to see those temperatures really take off. I think we're going to be in the upper 80s by lunchtime. Your highs tomorrow between 92 and 94. We're going to call for 93 in Jackson, 94 over the weekend, and then 95 by early next week. At the surface, we've got high pressure just to the north of us around the mid-Mississippi River Valley. It barely moves over the next 24 hours, and then it just kind of meanders around the southeast as we go through the end of this week, keeping us dry. Again, if you get a stray shower, count yourself extremely lucky. Even if you get that shower, it's really not going to help to alleviate these dry conditions, because it likely is going to be just a brief shower. So this is the worry, is that we're going to start to get into a drought again, like we got into a couple of years ago. I don't think it's going to get that bad, but a quarter of the state's already under a severe drought, and this drought monitor will be updated tomorrow. It gets an update every Thursday, so once a week. And when we show this map to you tomorrow, I guarantee you these numbers are all going to be going up. The relatively dry area of the state is going to be likely over 60%. The moderate drought is probably going to be up around a third of the state. We'll see what happens, but it's going to get worse before it gets better, because I just don't see anything on the horizon. Not even any tropical weather. There's an area that we're watching in the East Atlantic. No development expected over the near term. Next week, maybe a low 20% chance that something could get going here, but even if it did, it likely would stay out to sea and not bother us around the Gulf Coast. Today is the statistical peak of hurricane season. Usually we see a lot of activity at this time of the year, but not this year. No going. We've only gotten down to the F storm this year, and how many is that? That's 7, I believe. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we've had 7 named storms. Only one has become a hurricane. That was a major Category 5 hurricane. That was Aaron. Remember that. But all the other storms have just been tropical storms this year. So just one hurricane so far in 2025, and nothing that has really bothered anybody. Chantal hit South Carolina with 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's been the only landfall in the U.S. All right, here is a look at your forecast for tonight. Clear skies, 67. Then tomorrow, big warm-up. We'll see a light northeast wind, sunny skies, high temperature at 93. Lows are going to stay mostly in the 60s, and then your highs will be inching up through the 90s, up to about 96 in the metro and 97 in the Pine Belt by early next week, and really not a drop of rain to be found for most folks. So you're going to have to water those lawns. They're going to get dry over the next week or so. All right, that's it for tonight. Meteorologist Megan Hanna is going to be here first thing in the morning with your next update. Have a good night.